Okay, so I lied. One more video for the evening, and then I'll let you go. But after watching the last video, I realized that I talked about calling a gang member's grandmother. I don't want you to think that I stalk everybody. Where I'm from, in northern New Mexico, I'm actually related to most of the town. Now, my I know that I look very Celtic. The white skin, the blonde hair, the blue eyes. Although I dye it red. Um, but there's a reason for that. My father was a 6'7" European Dukes mixture, and he mainly looked very, very Celtic, very Scottish. And my mother is a 5'3" Hispanic woman. How the fuck they managed, like, just the idea of, the extra limbs that went into procreating five kids. I told my mom she needs to write a fucking instruction manual on that one because I just can't wrap my mind around what they did with all that extra limb going on there. Um, so I realize that I look very white, but I'm actually not. If we want to go based on actual blood ratios, I'm Hispanic. And so, it's hilarious because if you meet my mother and my grandmother, which I'm sure you will at some point in the future, I'm sure I'll get a video with them. My mother's like this little 5'3" Hispanic woman, very obviously Spanish. My grandmother is this little tiny Spanish woman. And then there's my white ass. And the funny thing is, I'm the shortest one in my family. I'm the youngest of five, and all of my siblings are over 6 feet tall. I'm the runt. So, just to give you a little background on that. So, where I grew up, I'm actually related to most of the town. And this is hilarious to me because, it kind of fucked with me to find a prom date. And, it's funny because my older two sons, they like, I'm related to one half of the town, and then their biological father is related to the other half of the town. So I've joked that if they want to go to prom, I have to get them a Russian mail order bride because that's pretty much the only way that we'll know that it's not their cousin. So it's hilarious to me because, growing up here, you've got a lot of these cholos running around, but not like LA cholos, because I know LA cholos and they're some of like the coolest fuckers that you'll ever meet. But like these really weird, like watered down cholos. And they're hilarious to me because they would talk so much shit. First of all, they have to look up at me, to insult me. I call it the Chihuahua syndrome, a lot of yapping, not a whole lot of muscle. And orale gringa, go back to the suburbs. You don't belong in the barrio. I'm like, we're in fucking Taos, New Mexico, dude. There is no barrio. Get it right. And it's hilarious because most of them, they are my cousins. And I would tell them, like, tell your mom I said hi, by the way. And they'd come back later like, how the fuck do you know my mom, eh? We're fucking related, dumbass. So it was very funny to me growing up around here. And so, I wanted to give you an opportunity to sort of understand. You'll hear me use a lot of, Spanish words. Around here, they call it Spanglish. I know you've seen the Adam Sandler film, not the same fucking thing. But, and I've actually joked with people, I get the question a lot from the elderly Spanish people around the area, ¿qué habla español? And I have to tell them, es muy poquito español, señor. Because mainly what I speak are the cuss words because that's what was yelled at me as a child. So that's what I know. I took German in college. That was really fucking intelligent. Yeah, that's great, Casey. You fucking live in New Mexico and you take German. Smart. So you'll hear me use a lot of Spanish colloquialisms. You'll hear me use a lot of Spanish slang. You'll hear me talk about Spanish foods. You'll hear me talk about our culture. That's what I am. I am Spanish, believe it or not. I am the muddled color that we are all going to be once we get over our fucking selves and start interbreeding. So this is the color of the future. Be afraid. I just wanted to put that out there and let you guys know, just a little bit more because I wanted you to understand that I'm not putting on airs. I'm not misappropriating anybody's culture. It's my fucking culture too. But we'll get into what I actually have in my bloodline in a later video. But I just wanted to put that out there before anybody, started writing their fucking hate mail. So thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you have a pleasant evening.